Melania Trump talks about being the most bullied person in the world. I don't know if she's the most bullied person in the world, but I'll tell you now, she's... Oof. I would say she'd have to be on the top lists. So let's jump into the story and let's go through it. Washington. Melania Trump, the First Lady, said the reason she incorporated social media abuse into Be Best, her public awareness campaign on children issue, is that she herself is one of the world's most high-profile victims of bullying, which I would completely agree with. Quote, I could say that I'm the most bullied person in the world, Ms. Trump said in an interview with ABC News that was filmed during her visit to Kenya last week. When asked to clarify whether she indeed believed that, Mrs. Trump seemed to crouch her reply. One of them, Ms. Trump said, if you're really seeing what people say about me. And that would be, I would say that would be actually fairly accurate. You just have to look on Twitter, or people's response to her, about her, what mainstream media has put her through. I definitely would say that she is one of the most bullied people in the world. Certainly not the most, but one of the most, especially at the moment. I totally agree. As one of the most visible women in an increasingly diverted country, Ms. Trump is not exactly wrong. Each public statement she makes, whether to offer words of comfort after a tragedy or to promote one of her initiatives, is met with a torrent of abuse, including hate-filled comments and racy photos from her career as a model. But her comment again put it in stark contrast with her husband, who is known to bully both adversarials and allies. And everybody does it. This is one thing, the hypocrisy of the mainstream media, who literally bullies people. You want to go on about Trump bullying people? Talk about you. Talk about CNN doxing people. Talk about mainstream media doxing people. We literally had today people going through and they're uploading this image, or this video, this little thing, which is fake. The people are now trying to make out that Kanye West is looking up porn on his phone when he unlocked the phone. This is fake, guys. It is bullshit. It is complete crap. And I tell you now, the people behind it, let me guess on which side of the politics they're on. Kanye West comes out speaking out about Trump, and all of a sudden, it just happens that there is a meme going around on Kanye supposedly looking up porn on his iPhone. Oh boy, isn't that inconvenient? Like, who do you think made this meme? Look, love the meme, respect the meme. But let's not kid ourselves at who made it, alright? Like, let's not sit there and think it's, it's someone on the right, because it's not. It's definitely a Democrat who did it. But anyway. So yeah, I would say at the end of the day, the media, for example, is a bully as well. The media has been bullying Trump for God knows how long. Every day they write stories about him. They make up, they lie, they fabricate about him. And what do they do? Oh, Trump bullied me. Yeah, but you bullied him. You fired at him and he returned fire at you. If you want Trump to stop calling you fake news, stop being fake. Like, geez, it's not hard. But anyway, let's keep going. But her comment again put in a stark contrast with her husband, who was known to... Right, sorry. And around the same time as ABC was airing her interview, the president was publicly doing battle with his enemies on Fox. A lengthy interview with Fox and Friends, his preferred morning program, Mr. Trump was asked about the heat that he took for attending Make America Again rally in Pennsylvania as a deadly hurricane hit Florida. Quote, I really had very little heat other than natural haters, Mr. Trump said. Relative to other things, I think it was very minor. And to be honest, I think he was right. And to be honest, I think he was completely honest about that. I don't think I don't think him going to a rally in Florida had anything to do with him having a freaking cyclone. Sorry, Pennsylvania, sorry. Have anything to do with the cyclone hitting Florida. Well, what is he supposed to do? Go through and cancel his rallies because of a cyclone or hurricane? No, of course not. But anyway. On her recent 6-day trip through 4 African countries, Mrs. Trump used her high profile to spotlight the work the Trump administration is doing to assist with foreign aid. By visiting children, feeding baby elephants, and cuddling orphans, Mrs. Trump, a notorious private First Lady, also made strides to showcase a more open side to herself. Not to mention a presidential administration that is increasingly isolationist in foreign policy, which is not a bad thing, to be honest. But anyway, Mrs. Trump was less successful in avoiding criticism over what she wore. You do realize you literally have an article about her being the most bullied person, or one of the most bullied people, and you literally highlight in this article about her getting criticism over what she wore. Boy, it's nothing says that she was right, like showing that, but regardless. She was accused of being ignorant to the struggles of the African people when she decided to wear a white pit helmet, a symbol of colonial rule. Get over it, really. While on safari in Kenya, the outfit she wore to tour the Great Sphinx in Egypt was also criticised for looking too much like a costume. And to be honest, I don't think it would have mattered exactly what she did or what she wore. People would have had a problem with it. So, wear what you want is what I'm saying. Mrs. Trump shares her husband's grievances about how the Trumps are covered in the news media. She also shares his distrust of people outside of the Trump inner circle. The interview, which was scheduled to air in its entirety this weekend, Mrs. Trump also said there were aides in the West Wing and her husband could not trust. It's harder to govern, Ms. Trump said. You always need to watch your back. Yeah, I would definitely say watch your back, because there's a few people there that really make me worry. But anyway, Stephanie Grinsom, her communication director, said that in talking about her own experience in the ABC interview, the First Lady was trying to make a broader point and bring renewed attention to her initiative. Her point was that people can be very cruel online, Ms. Grimshaw said, so it's thought to be best that she hopes to educate children and provide tools to help them cope with dangerous online behaviour. Mrs. Trump is not the first person in her role to face a barrage of online hatred. Her predecessor, Michelle Obama, regularly dealt with racist comments and memes, and still does. After official portraits of President and Mrs. Obama were unveiled earlier this year, critics mocked them using racist imagery. I don't even know what that was about, but anyway. Over the years, folks have had plenty of interesting words to describe me, Miss Obama said during a 2015 comments address at Tennessee University. Cable news once charmingly referred to me as Obama's baby mama. Oof, that's pretty rough. Miss Obama added that her husband still faced criticism from people who accused him of being a Kenyan citizen as a part of the so-called birther movement popularized by Trump. Even today, there are still folks questioning his citizenship. Yes, well, you know, those birth certificates, oh boy, you know, those layers on those birth certificates are a little bit interesting, aren't they? You're Barack Obama, right? So that's what they're talking about, the racist attack. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Anyway. Well, I didn't see anything at the time, and it's probably just a few isolated cases. I don't really give two shits about it. Look, at the end of the day, is Michelle Obama right? Sorry, not Michelle, sorry. Is Melania Trump right? Sure. Yeah, she probably is one of the most bullied people in the world. I would say, definitely so. There is half of the population in America which do not like her. Let's face facts. You know, at the end of the day, there are a large portion of the Democratic voters who think that she is actually married to a racist. regardless of him literally dating a migrant. But regardless. But yeah, like I say, look, at the end of the day, yeah, she probably is one of the most hated people in America. And at the end of the day, I do feel sorry for her in this instance. I feel sorry for the whole Trump family. You know, they get death threats. They get literally things like white powder sent to their addresses. Their son recently got that. So, like I say, look, at the end of the day, yeah, I would say she's definitely right on the money. They swinging it to talking about Obama, I think, is just like, oh, look, these ones were bullied too. And then trying to, you know, pass it off onto Trump. Oh, look, Trump is a bully. That's just... They're trying to push a narrative, and that's all this whole story is. They're like, yeah, she was bullied, she's harassed. But, you know, hey, Trump harasses people, so maybe we can... That's what I'm basically getting from this story. Well, at the end of the day, you know, I think, yeah, Trump does bully, for lack of a better word, people, sure. But, you know, hey, mainstream media, you want to stop being called fake news? Stop doing fake papers. Stop doing fake news. Literally, he cannot criticize you. Well, he can try, but if you stop being fake news, he can't call you fake news. Because people won't buy it. So stop being fake. Start reporting on facts. Stop trying to push a narrative for the Clinton Foundation. And maybe at the end of the day, people, well, a lot less of them anyway, will hate your guts. I don't know. Guys, let me know your thoughts are in the comment section below. Do you believe that Melania Trump is one of the most bullied people in the world? Do you think she was right? Do you think she's wrong about this? Do you think at the end of the day this is part and parcel that comes with being the First Lady? Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. If this video has been helpful, please smack a like. If you're new to the channel, welcome and subscribe. Apart from that, guys, I'll see you in the next demonetized video from YouTube. Have a great night and enjoy.